good morning. I want to welcome you, or good afternoon, actually, because after 12. I want to welcome you to another segment of the Jermaine Brown Trading Show. Today is Tuesday, December the 10th, 2024. As you can see, I had put this trade on the RUT, the Russell 2000, back on Friday to expire this upcoming Friday. So that's about 3 days from now, December the 13th. And right now, the index is moving up. I want to see where my deltas is at. If I should make some sort of an adjustment, I don't think I should need to. So I'm at a 7 delta on the downside, on the put side. So that's below 10, that's fine, because I set it up to be at a 10. And let's see on the call side. Where am I located? I'm at a 3 delta on the call side to 25. Now, technically, I could roll up this call side. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is a proactive adjustment. What do I mean by proactive adjustment? Technically, I don't need to adjust this trade because this is both in the green zone. Remember, for the delta, because we look at deltas, so 0 to 15 is green. That means no adjustment is needed. 16 to 31 is yellow. And the higher in the yellow zone, you might want to start looking at making adjustments. And 32 above, all the way above, is the red zone. And in the red zone, you need to make adjustments, or you should make adjustments. So technically, this is a 3-4. This is a 4 delta. So what I'm going to do is roll this. Roll this call side up to a 10 delta, so to 2470. I'll roll this up to about a 2470. I can do that. Actually, I need to do it that way. I can just come down here. As you can see the graph, this is what it looks like. See, all of this is green. So that means I'm giving myself room for the market to make its move. And so what I'm going to do is move this call side down to about here. So just move this in just slightly. So to 2470, I think I'm looking to make, yeah, 2470. So I'm going to unhighlight the puts. So I'm going to roll this call. See, I mean, that's the good thing about Thinkorswim. It's pretty simple. Change this to December 13th. No, this to December 13th as well. 20, and the call size 2470. So we're selling that. And the 2480. Make sure these are 10-point wide. So I'm collecting an extra 55 cents or $55. Click review. So after fees and commissions, almost $52. So I'm adding an extra $52 to the trade. Right now, this trade is working. And then I'm going to do one for the SPX, but I'm going to do a 1-day expiration. Okay, the index is down 68 cents. So it's 60.52. So what I'm going to do It's a 1 day expiration. So this expires tomorrow, this trade. So that means I got to either adjust or, so I'm going to really go to say, so I'm going to do the at the money buy this at the money, 60, yeah, I'm going to go slightly inside because it's close. This is really more at the money. So let's round this up to $30. So 30 times 2 is $60. Okay. So I'm basically doing like a two standard deviation, but I'm going $60 below this one. So 60, 50 minus $60 is 59.90, and that other trade just filled. So I'm going to do the 59.90. So let me go down 59.90. So I can sell this. And instead of going 10 points wide, I'm going to do a 20-point wide one here. So now 59.80, 59.70. I'm going to buy that. So that's that. Now I'm going to add 60 to this. It's 61.10. So let me go to the call side and do 61.10. So it's 75, and then I'm going to go 20 points wide on this, so 510. So that's 20 points wide on the call side, 20 points wide on the put side. I get about $1.20, which is $1.20 multiplied by 100, so $120, 115 minus the commission is 110. So this is what we want. Let me click this and let's see if we can get this for tomorrow. Expiration. Again, the key is to just keep minting money. Okay. Oh, so now working. Let's see. This is working the FPX. Okay. And of course, I got filled at the 55, so that increased the cost in this to now 132, and that's good. Okay. And I'm going to let this trade, I'm not going to adjust this trade. We're going to see if I get filled. If I get filled in this trade, great. If not, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Uh, it's working. Let me adjust this a little bit down to 110. If I get filled, great. So I still collect over 105, so that's fine after commission, fees and commission. If I get filled, great. If not, then it just I won't get into the position. But I'm not going to stay on to see if this ultimately fills because you don't know if it's going to fill. I mean, this should fill because it's paper money. It's not real money, so it should still fill anyway. But that's just my opinion. Just because this again, this is practice until I'm ready to trade with real dollars and just being mechanical. the key is to just be mechanical and keep the probabilities on your side because at the end of the day, the more trades you put on, the more probabilities you have, the better. Um, at the end of the day, you'll come out ahead. Okay. I hope you like what you're seeing. If you like what you're seeing, give me the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. If not, hey, thank you very much for watching. Speak to you later. Good afternoon. I want to welcome you to another segment of the Jermaine Brown Trading Show. Today is Wednesday, not July, no, December the 11th, 2024. It's about an hour or so before the market closes, an hour and 19 before the market closes. And what I'm looking to do, I got this trade that expires in a couple of days. I'm going to click on it to see where my deltas are at. But it's going to be mostly on the put side, on the call side, because you got to figure that because the index is up over 20 something dollars today. Let's see, 23, 20 put. Oh, here we go. I passed it. I thought I did. This is at a 2 delta. And then, oh, excuse me. I'm at a 7 delta on my call side. So I'm not going to adjust the call. Excuse me. I'm not going to adjust the call side up. What I will do is move the put side up, though. From a 2320, I moved it to about 2365. This is just being proactive. I don't have to adjust, but I'm just doing this to collect more monies. Let me see, 2365. Okay. See, I get to roll the selected. See, here's my current position. Here's the overall position. See, it's right now almost smack dab in the middle. So this is why I'm adjusting just to really the put side. Move no, because no, this is a little bit towards the more towards the call side. So I want to kind of even out my deltas. So I'm going to roll the selected, unselect the call side. So I'm just rolling out the put side. Just December 13th, December 13th. And I'm selling at 2365. And obviously, let's see, the 2355. Keeping them 10 points wide, collecting another $72 for this. Man, this is fun. Oh, 60, almost $70 after commission. Just keep collecting money on this trade for this stock to or this index to basically be, staying within my range. I haven't really gotten really tested yet. I'm waiting really to get tested, naturally speaking. And while this is going on, I'm gonna see if I can do a trade for tomorrow. I was hoping to do one that would expire today, but it didn't go through. So let's see if I have better luck tomorrow. 1 day expiration. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, first, let me check the VIX. Let me see what the VIX is trading at. If one day, I mean, okay, all right, all right. So it's about 1372. All right. Let me do the SPX. 6089. Hopefully, I have better luck today. 1 day expiration. Let's move this aside. So I'm going to buy the at the money here, 6090, because it's close to 6090. So I'll do that. Okay, buy the puts here. I mean, the call and the put here, the ask. So it's 2050. Let's roll this up to say 21. So that'll be like, multiply that by two. That's 42. So I'm going to add and subtract 42 from this current price. 42 from this current price. 6088 minus 42 is 6046. So 6046 for 1 day. I'm going to do 6045, so I'll be even a little safer at the 8 delta. So I'll sell that. I'll do 20 points wide. 45, 25 would be 40 points wide. Buy that. 6130. Okay, 6130 on the call side. So I'll sell that. And then 20 points wide is 50. So I'll buy that. 6130, 6150, collect about $1.05. I'm going to go ahead and just execute this trade. It comes less than the dollar that I want, $100, but it's close enough. So I'll go ahead just to get into this trade and let's see. My rut that I did, my adjustment went through finally. So I collected some extra monies there. I said the SPX goes through. So let me see, I got filled at 72 cents. or $72. So I collected an extra $72 to this trade. So this is good. See, this is why you want to keep track of your spreadsheet. I mean, have a spreadsheet to keep track of all your trades. So this is why I don't have to go back into the history because I want to know how much I should know how much I'm adding to, my monies on these trades besides just or subtracting from my money from these trades, considering that I'm making these adjustments. So this is where if I'm using real dollars, I definitely would need to use a spreadsheet. But I'm making money, so this is good. My account is going up here, even though it's paper money. But and I'm testing this strategy at least until around February, early February. If it works, then that's when I will use it with the real dollars. Not if it works. I see that it works, but I want to see if it consistently works for me the way I'm looking for it to work. Then I would use real dollars. In the meantime, excuse me. Matter of fact, let me see in my tasty trade if my money's cleared in my retirements account so I can start trading that. And you said, Jermaine, you'll trade your retirement account? Yes. I want to take control of my own retirement account. Okay, I'll deal with that later with the documents. Net 9,007 thing, which is fine, but option buying power, stock buying power is zero. So that means the money hasn't cleared in the account yet for me to trade it. So it'll take about another day or two. No, I should be able to trade by no later than next week, but I suspect by at least tomorrow, but no later than next week. I should be able to start trading this account. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me check futures eligibility, view documents. Yes, I've read this. Okay. Trading preferences. Let's see. Enable short calls. IRA to works with a net liquidation of value of 25,000. I don't have that in my account, so I can't do short naked calls. Works. Let's upgrade this. Let's see if they will give it to me. This is fine. This is all fine. This is fine. They may give it to me. They may not. We shall see. I'll know by tomorrow. But in the meantime, let me see about my Roth IRA if they let me. No, all the money's in clearing that yet, so I can't trade that yet. Okay, so I'm just waiting. Probably by tomorrow. We'll see. Let me end my trading session. So I'm back to here. Why is this SPX thing working? I might just go to the ES to do this because for some reason, why am I having some issues with this? See, I got a limit price of $1. The mark is 110, so that means this should pretty much fail. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to get in. Let me try something else. Edit selected. Okay. See, the bid is $1. So let's go below $1. Let's see if that does it. This is below the bid. I'm just trying to get into this trade for tomorrow. I'm trying to practice doing a 1-day trade, and it's not letting me do this because I'm practicing doing the 7-day, but I want to do the 1-day. You know what? Screw it. I'll put on the /ES, which is the future. So there's a lot of similarities anyway. And I can deal with this at night, which you can't deal with the SPX at night, because that closes in about an hour anyway. But I deal with this because see, this is annoying. I want to get into this trade, a 1-day trade. I'm trying to practice, 1-day trades. Okay, so I got to take the at the money. And we're doing one contract, not 10. So it's 21.15. Let's round up to say 22. So $22. You know what? I'm going to use this one since this is the higher amount. Even though this is more uniform, I'm going to use this one because I like the idea of the higher amount. So this is 24.88 right here. So I'm going to round up to 25. So multiply that by 2 is 50. So $50 from this current price is 45. So 60.45 for 1 day. And if there's 20 points on the thing, it's 40 points on the thing on the ES. So 40 points would be 60.25. So you buy that. No, that's 20 points. Oh 05. My math is slightly off. There we go. That's a 40-point wide move. So that's 55 cents. And then if I did 24, 25, it's 50 points wide on the upside as well. So 25, 50, yeah, so 9, 10, 12, 14. That'll be 142. So let's do it this way. Let's start at the 145. Now 40 points would be 185. Okay, let's move this up from 145, 61.45 to 61.50. And let's move this up to 40, 60, 85, 90. Hold on. See, this should be 40 points wide. moving around. Let me see, 6150. That's a 2 delta. Hell no. Let's roll this up to 6130. We'll roll this up to a 6130 on the call side. And 40 from that on the upside is 6170. Okay, that's more like it. I'll guess, let me do two contracts actually. Send this. This should fail. Since the XPX is one giving me some headaches, it doesn't want to fail. Let's see what happens. The ES went through. Okay. So at least I have a trade that expires tomorrow, which is what I wanted to do. And then I got a trade that expires on Friday. Okay, good. Now, usually I would check the economic news to see what comes out to tomorrow, because you know what makes usually the rule is if it's there's something that's coming out tomorrow that's going to move the markets, you don't want to execute the trade. But I'm just doing this. I'm breaking this rule for practice because I want the markets to move against me in one direction or other, so I get accustomed to adjusting it. Now, if I was using real dollars, I would not do this, but when you're using paper money, this is why you practice trade. And this is the beautiful thing about practice trading is that you get to practice without worrying about, oh, if this thing move against me, will I freeze up and lose? No, you know what I'm saying? It allows you to become mechanical. So this way, when it happens with real dollars, you'll know exactly what to do. So that's the benefit of paper money, is that you can practice before putting real money on the line. And that's the beautiful thing about this. Now, I mean, it sucks when you're seeing these profits being made and you don't own not one cent of it, but it's nice to know when your strategies are working. This is what you're capable of doing. So, all right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's see how this trade turns out. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe, thumbs up, comment. That will help my algorithms and all this other stuff. And it lets me know, what you're thinking. Or even if you don't like it, just let me know, in your comment. Let me know what you're thinking. And so we will talk tomorrow's. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I want to welcome you to another segment of the Jermaine Brown Trading Show. Today is Thursday, December the 12th, 2024. Okay, finally, I was waiting for this type of day to happen where I would be tested. Before I deal with the /ES, which I'm going to make some adjustments there, I got to deal with the RUT, which is the Russell 2000. Right now, I currently have a 2365, 2355 put credit spread. Well, really an iron condor, but really the put side is right now being threatened because the index is at 2376, which is only about 10, 11 points higher than my current strikes, my short strike. And it's the short strike, that 2365, I have to worry about. So what I got to do is start looking to make adjustments. And finally, I'm getting threatened, which is what I wanted to have happen. So now this forces me to make an adjustment. See, all before when I was making adjustment, they were more proactive. This is going to be my first defensive adjustment. Why? Because you'll see here on the call side, the delta is at a zero with the 24.76. So I don't have to worry about the rut getting to this price by tomorrow because this is 1 day DTE, as you can see, 1 day right here. But my put side is being threatened because I'm at a 33 delta. And if you remember the different zones, 0 to 15 is the green zone. So that means there's no adjustments really needed. You can make some, but you don't really need to. 16 to 31 is the yellow zone. Now, technically, you never wanted to get past 31, but in this case, it got past 31, and 32 and higher is the red zone. So right now, I'm currently in the red zone, slightly in the red zone, but nonetheless in the red zone, nonetheless. So what do I want to do? I need to make an adjustment. So what I want to do is roll this down more. And what I want to do is roll this to, like, let's say the 12 delta, which is a little higher than the 10, 23.45. And so I'm going to most likely end up paying a debit to do this. So that means I got to pay for this trade. So let me roll this to what price again? 23.45. Okay, I want to roll that short strike to 23.45. So roll selected because you see how this is close to the with the red, which is when we start losing money. So let me roll this out to 23.45. Let me just double check, make certain again. That's what I'm looking to do. Yeah, 23.45. Okay. Roll selected. So change the expiration to the 13th, which is tomorrow. So we remain consistent. And this is how you play a defensive role. So change this from 23.65 to 23.45. And then change this from 23.55 to 23.35. So I'm going to pay about $1.83. Okay. So I'm going to lose about $1.83 on this trade, but I'm rolling to get out of danger. So let's review. So I'm going to pay about $1.86, 186. So I got to make this amount up on my next trade. So first, I want this to go through. Actually, what I should have did was increase the contract to another contract on that side, but that's okay. I know how to fix this problem. I'm just waiting for that trade to go through. This $1.83. So I'm going to take a loss here. Well, not really a loss, well, a debit. I got to pay a debit, which cuts into the profits that I did collect. So if I collected, like, say, let me look at the transaction history with RUT. Okay, it went through. Okay, so if we do a little math, I collected $1.09. And pull up the calculator. See, this is why it's good to do this on a spreadsheet too. One. Oh, okay, so I collected a total with the adjustments that I did earlier this week. I collected a total of $2.36. However, now I'm going to give back $1.82 of it. So basically, without even making any more adjustments, I would still come out ahead $54, which would be fine, but I want to collect more. So what I'm going to do is roll up the call side. So I don't need to add more contracts. I can just let me see. Let me see how I want to do this. Let me now look at the call side. So now if I go back to my option chain, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh shoot. Oh, this is the ES. Oh, thank God. I looked at the wrong symbol. My apologies. It's the rut. I was starting to get a little nervous here 'cause I was about to say, wait a minute, what did I just do? I'm looking at the wrong symbol. Okay, so now let's see. So I moved it down to a 12 delta, which puts it more in the safety zone, and that's fine. However, what I'm going to do now is roll up my calls from a 2470, and I'm going to roll it up to about 2410. So let's roll up that call side. Oops. 2470. Let's roll that up to about a 2410. See, I got all that room. That this is going to expire worthless. So I'm going to try to roll this up to a 2410 and a 2420. So I'm going to collect about $1.27. Let's review. $1.23.92 in credit, which is fine. Let's roll that up. Now you just got to wait for the adjustment, or I mean, for the trade to clear here. See, but this is how you can get out of a losing position or reduce your loss, get back into a winning position. So it's really being proactive. It's not wait. See, I could have waited and took the chance, but the closer it gets to my short strike, the more expensive it is to buy it back or to roll it out. So once I started now getting threatened because it got to the red zone, I decided roll out, take a loss on one side, but I'm not really losing. I'm just giving back some of the profits that I already collected on that trade throughout the week, giving some of that back, but then now getting back some of the loss that I made. So once this goes through, or getting back some of the debit that I paid, let me rephrase it that way. So once this trade goes through, I'm just waiting to see if it goes through the call side for $1.27. See, this is a nice way of just creating some income. And I'm glad I finally got tested. I was waiting to really get tested. See what would I do when I get actually tested, you know, because all before when I was doing my adjustments, I never was really tested. It never got to the yellow or the red zone. So, it was just okay, just make some adjustments to keep my deltas around 10, you know, around the 10 area, which is fine. And or the green zone, keep my deltas in the green zone, as I like to also call it. But now I got tested because now the deltas got from the green zone to not even the yellow zone, but the lower red zone. And so I said, okay, now it's time to actually make adjustments and see. And this is why it's good to do paper money with this, because again, you can practice this without worrying about real dollars. So if this happens with real dollars, you'll know what to do. It becomes mechanical. You don't have to sit there and think about it. Oh my God, what do I do in this situation? And because I'm small, meaning that I'm trading few contracts, the risk is not so big. That keeps me from thinking clearly. Okay, I might have to lower this a little bit. I don't want to lower this. So I'm going to wait and see. Let me see. Because I got to also adjust that ES because that ES is getting closer too, because that's 30 points away. Yeah, it's about 30 points away. So I got to adjust that ES as well. Well, you know what? Let me work on that ES because I can do the same for the ES. So let me see where my deltas are at for the ES. This expires today, though. That's the only difference. So I'm at a 5 delta on the ES. On the call side, and I'm doing 40-point wide wings here. And I'm at a 3 delta on the put side. I mean, I'm safe, so I really don't need to adjust this, and I'm not going to adjust this. I'm not going to adjust this because if you adjust up, now you're taking on, the risk that, it turns on you. I mean, I technically, but no, because see, on the call side, you got to get really close to at the money, which this is where this line is at, to make it worthwhile to collect anything. So I'm not going to make no adjustments on this. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is just close out this trade for a profit. Just close selected. I'll be paying back 10 cents. Okay. Let's send it, or $28 because it's two contracts. So it's $20. Yeah. Let's do this. So I close out that position. I don't have to worry about it. Again, the goal is not necessarily to collect every dime in these trades. The goal is to collect the meat of it and get out and do the next trade. So they're both working right now. Let's see, both of these. Run is 127. Just waiting, waiting, waiting. But this is how I'm basically trading. Um, this paper trading account. Um, so again, it's just being vigilant and knowing when to make the adjustments. That's the key to this. Once you put on the trade, knowing when to start making defensive moves or offensive moves to remain successful. I mean, I purposely put this trade on. Now, usually the rule is on news days, and I think today was a news day, if I remember correct. You do not want to put out a trade on a news day or have a trade around a news day because you never know how the index or the stock, whatever you're trading, is going to respond to the news. So, in this case, the index or the future, because that's what we're trading. Excuse me. You don't know how that's going to respond to the news, but because I'm practicing it, I said I just want to give it a shot to see. And I wanted to have a situation where I was threatened, where I needed to make a defensive adjustment. So I finally was able to get into a situation where I had to make a defensive adjustment. Okay, let's do this. Let's lower this rut. I'm going to lower this from 25 to say 90. I mean, to about a dollar. I'm going to give up some of the profit. Let's see if that goes through. Okay, it looks like the ES went through. So now I'm just waiting for the rut. So I was profitable on my ES, and I'm just waiting for the rut to now, the RUT to adjust, and then I should be good. It should go through any second now because let's see. Let's see. So the /ES had cleared, so that's good. But I'm not going to keep you guys on the line. I'll just let you know tomorrow what took place, if anything. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Again, if you like what you see, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment. If you don't like it, you can still comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Talk to you later. Bye bye.